Welcome to Bench Burner Sports. We appreciate you guys hopping in for another series of the live shows. Talking about UFC 314 this weekend, Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes for the vacant PBS. Sorry, I saw a live chat. For the vacant featherweight title in the UFC, we are excited to have you here. We're excited to be here. We're excited to talk about this card. Of course, we're going to be going down the whole main card. We'll touch on some other fights here and there as they come about. We are so stoked to talk about this thing. Knuckles is up doing something. Squared's up doing something. I think, who knows?
We're good.
It's a chaotic scene over here. But Knuckles, how we doing, buddy?
Doing good, buddy. I just now realized I was like, fuck, it's a Miami card. And I'm sitting here with just my regular ass shirt on. Got to throw a Hawaiian shirt on, obviously, Miami vibes.
Take that shirt off first.
I haven't done that in a while. But no, man, no, I'm pumped, dude. I'm so pumped for this card. Honestly, it's one of those ones that you get those pay-per-views once in a while where you feel it in your bones, man. It gets your giblets all fired up and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I feel it in my plums. That's right, my loins. But anyway, throwing the I've had this shirt for roughly 15 years. Still fits. Pretty proud of that. So, but yeah, anyway, throwing this bad boy on to rep the Miami type vibes, I suppose. But yeah, man, I'm pumped, dude. I'm super pumped for this. Good card. I mean, from top to bottom, I don't think there's not a fight that like maybe the early prelims. There's a few that I'm not like super interested in, but regular prelims up, I am locked the fuck in. So super pumped, ready for it. Squared, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Very excited for this card, just like everybody else. It's wild because it feels like last week that Dana did that live and just dropped this absolute bomb on us, and now it's here, just days out. So that's awesome. We needed a card like this, UFC fans. We know it's been a rough stretch for the most part, but here we go. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. X/Twitter is at bench_burner. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, everything else at Bench Burner Sports. You'll find us there. If you have any comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Let us know what you think. If you agree with our picks, disagree, let us know how you're feeling about these fights. And yeah, let's do this, boys.
Cool.
Yeah. Shout out real quick. I want to give a shout out 4-ounce Sniper. He's always here on time, every time. Shout him out. Probably our biggest supporter, honestly, man. Dude, he's always here, so appreciate him. He said BBS in the chat, so appreciate you, man.
That's what caught me off guard when I was talking to him. I was like, how the fuck is somebody in the chat? And I was like, oh, it's of course.
I thought you were forgetting what weight class they were.
No, I was like, of course it's 4-ounce Sniper. Yeah, no, I should have just changed the Zoom. But hey, cheers, 4-ounce Sniper. Cheers, everybody. Love you guys. Knuckles, you got
You got myself.
Sorry, I was
all good.
He's in the splash zone. He didn't even know it.
Whew. All right, starting out with the main event, of course, as we usually do these days. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. Man, this is such a tough fight. I feel like the majority of the fan base can agree that they wish that neither one of these guys could lose this fight somehow. But obviously, we don't want to see a draw. But it's for the vacant featherweight title. Alexander Volkanovski is 26-4. Diego Lopes is 26-6. Squared, myself, and Knuckles actually all got to see Diego Lopes win. And in Nashville was the most exciting fight, the only exciting fight of the entire card. So that was nice.
There was one or two.
There was a few.
Andrade and Suarez was pretty good.
Yeah, that was actually a good fight for sure. One of the only finishes I should have.
Jacoby.
Sorry, yeah. One of the only.
Jacoby. I forgot it.
Yeah. But keep in mind that's like 3 out of the 12 fights in the card. So,
but good fight nonetheless, and we got to see him live, and he's fighting for a belt, so that's pretty cool. Diego Lopes has obviously been on a fucking tear. He's only 30 years old. Alexander Volkanovski's 36 these days. Diego has beaten Brian Ortega, Dan Ige, I think he subbed Pat Sabatini, right? And Nashville beat Sadiq Youssef.
Not Sabatini. Nashville was Gavin Tucker.
Oh, right. Yeah, he knocked out Pat Sabatini, beat Gavin Tucker in Nashville by sub. And then his debut, he lost to Mosar Evloev on like a week or two notice, maybe.
Like 5 days notice.
Yeah, 5 days. Wild. Yeah. So, and he gave him a real fucking challenge. So, dude is clearly a stud. Volkanovski, don't really have to go through his past. We all know his most recent fights have been to Ilia Topuria, who had the belt and vacated it, and then 2 versus Islam Makhachev. Man, it's so tough to pick. I told Matt before we started this live, like I still really don't know. Like it's so tough. This is I have a feeling it's going to be a banger while it lasts if it doesn't go to the distance. I love them both. I really do. I love them both so much, but I've got to go with Volk. I've got to. Maybe picking with my heart over my head here. But I mean, everybody that has ever watched this podcast, and you guys both know, Volk's my favorite fighter of all time, and I fucking love Diego Lopes. So I will be happy if he wins. I will be sad for Volk, but I'll be happy if Diego wins. But man, I just love Volkanovski. I think he can do it, and this is like my least confident pick of the entire card because we all know what happens to featherweights when they pass 34. My only argument against that for Volk is that look who he's fought the last 3 fights. It's been literally the Grim Reaper of Islam Makhachev and fucking Ilia Topuria, who doesn't look like he can lose at all. So that's the logic I'm basing it on. Obviously, a lot of this pick is based on my heart, but I do think Volk still has it. His skits are fucking hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw
the music one.
That one was fucking golden, dude.
The production that had to go into that, I was like, okay.
Oh my God. They spent a week on that at least. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, what are we doing here, Volk? That's awesome.
I watched it at work this morning. I was like, what? I was like, this is fucking hilarious. Like this.
Dude, yeah, no, that was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, any fighter skits, like I usually just scroll past. Even his. Like I've not watched a lot of his in the past. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But then like he caught my attention and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. But I'm gonna go Volk, and I know you guys probably aren't, and you're probably gonna be right, and that's fine, but I just think Volk still has it, and I think he's gonna prove it Saturday night. I think it's gonna be a different level for Diego Lopes. And I hate saying that. I hate saying anything bad about him. He's a fucking stud. He's going to be the champion one day, and I firmly believe that. But I think right now where he is in his career, he's had no adversity in the UFC except for Movsar Evloev. But that was on 5 days' notice, and he fucking put on a show. And even the adversity he faced, he probably didn't even feel it just because of the fucking love, like the embrace he got from it. Like, so I think in a way this could be like the first step for him to really feel that. And he's gonna come back from it. They'll probably fight again in 2 years, if obviously this is just speculation, and he's gonna probably murder him. But
Mofsar?
No. Volk.
You think they're gonna fight again in 2 years?
I'm totally speculating, dude. I'm sorry.
It's a wild spec.
Yeah, I know. I was just that one was out of pocket, but no, I think Volk wins this probably by a relatively close decision, I would say. I don't want to say super close, but I would say relatively close. Knuckles, what do you got?
It was pretty bold of you to assume that I would pick Lopes because I'm not picking Lopes.
You talk so much shit for me when I didn't even say a goddamn thing when they announced this fight. You said I was going to shit all over Lopes. You said I was going to be his #1 hater. So fuck you.
No, yeah, I'm not picking Lopes, man. No, I'm picking Volk. I just think the experience is there. Obviously, like, I mean, I know it's been a year and a half at least since his Yair performance, but I mean, we watched that shit, and I was like, oh my god. And Yair is the same height as Lopez, and did what? And like, I know Lopez is a different fighter, but I was like, Volk just fucking dismantled the guy. And obviously he had the Islam and Ilya, but we're talking about Islam and Ilya, like that's probably number one and number two best fighters in the world right now, realistically. Um, I think Lopez is good, and I think he's very good. I just don't think he is. I don't know, man. Like I don't want to shit on him either. I just don't know if he's had the path that's gonna build him to be able to fight someone like Volk. Now, if Volk is a lot slower, like if he has slowed down some, I'm a little concerned. But he looked good in that second round. He was starting to really find his shots against Ilya until Ilya did what he did. He's just very good at framing it and getting people in the pocket and pressing them up against the cage. Diego's more of a brawler. I'll give him that, but he's a very good brawler. He's very good at what he does. I mean, there's a reason that he beat Ortega in a 3-round decision, beat Sadiq Youssef by KO, beat Gavin Tucker the way he did, beat Pat Sabatini the way he did, because you don't see people doing that to Sabatini the way he did it. So he's good. He's a good fighter. He's very good at what he does. I just think that Volk is too. He's just too. It's maybe too much too soon. I don't want to say that because he has fought really good fighters, but I want to say it is almost too much too soon. I do believe Diego will fight for a title again. I believe that as well. I would pick him over a lot of top 5 guys. Also, you said that they'd rematch in 2 years. Sorry, brother, but Aaron Pico is going to be champion in 2 years. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the fight I want to fucking see one day. God, Aaron Pico and Diego Lopez, that'd get me riled up. But no, yeah, I'm picking Volk, man. I'm going to pick it by decision. I think he's going to play it safe. I think the leg kick will play into this fight tremendously. I think that leg kick is going to be there. I think it's going to be money. And I think he's going to rely on that a lot to chop away. And honestly, if this goes to the ground, I know that Diego's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, very good at what he does. But people tend to forget that Volk started out as a wrestler. Everybody thinks he's a striker. I don't know if anybody watched Billy Volk.
A mounted guillotine against Brian Ortega.
That's why I'm not. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Tap to, but
don't get me wrong. I think Diego could get him, but Volk started as a fucking wrestler, dude. Volk started as a wrestler. Like everybody forgets that.
Don't get me wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but a big part of the loss of Diego Lopez to Mofsar was leg kicks, was it not? Am I tripping there?
I think it was just grappling mainly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just found himself in the bottom position for too long periods.
That's fair. Yeah, it was mostly grappling.
But I've watched so I watched tape on Diego, and not a lot of people attack his legs, but he seems. I mean, he's very erratic in his movement, but I just feel like the leg kick will be there because we saw it against Max. We saw it, I think, a little bit against Yair. I mean, he does it against everybody, and I think that's going to play here. And my only concern is Diego's size, but Volk's fought fucking Islam, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Volk by decision. I think it's gonna be like a 49, 46, maybe 48, 47. But I will say, and I know we just to play it safe, I would not be surprised if Diego knocks him the fuck out in the first 2 rounds. So,
Are we
lost? You got.
Okay, we're back. What the fuck is going on?
We all good?
Yeah.
We present?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Knuckles?
They got choppy there. Anyway, yeah. Can you hear me?
I hit a wall there.
Yeah,
that was weird. Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, anyway, Volk by decision. But would not be surprised if Diego knocks him out. I think it's going to be within the first 2 rounds. If Diego does knock him out, obviously. I mean, I just think that actually probably within the first 3 minutes of the first round, if Diego knocks him out, it'll be in the first 3 minutes of the first round, which would not surprise me either. But that's my prediction is Volk by decent decision, like 40, 49, 46, 48, 47. Yeah. Squared, what do you got, man?
Yeah. So I guess somebody on this podcast has to be right about something. So I'm going with Diego for this one. You guys are really lucky that I love Volk. Y'all are lucky because if Diego won this and I didn't like Volk, I'd be shoving y'all's faces in it like nothing else.
Why? We were super respectful.
No.
Yes, we were.
Because I do agree with a lot of the points y'all made. I think Volk, although his age is obviously climbing as time does what it does, he gets older. There's a mosquito on the keyboard. Fuck that. So, anyways, all right, enough of that. As Volk's getting older, and I think that's going to be an issue for him. I think coming off of 2 consecutive knockout losses is going to be an issue. But that being said, I do think Volk still has insane technique. I think he's one of the most technical fighters we've seen in the UFC, and I think that he's still probably got that for him. It's just more the natural elements that are starting to fade on him. So I think this will be a tough task for Diego, but ultimately I think that Diego will overwhelm him. I'm not sure we've seen Volk fight a style, just as we haven't seen Diego fight anyone nearly as technical as Volk. I don't think we've seen Volk fight anyone with the style of Diego.
You don't know my style. I just made a South Park reference. I'm sorry.
Silence.
You don't know my style.
Yeah, gotcha. So I think he's going to get overwhelmed by Diego. I think Diego is going to do that onslaught that he does. I think he's going to be able to survive. I think this time he's taken off from fighting is going to be very beneficial. I don't think he's just going to get winged by every single shot and just go to sleep immediately. I think he's going to have a little more resilience, but that cumulative damage is still there. I think that Diego's going to overwhelm him, which will lead to possibly some clinch sequences. And Diego, we know he's got a nasty uppercut in the clinch. So that's my specific prediction is uppercut, clinch, uppercut, much like we've seen versus Sadiq Youssef. And it'll probably shut his lights out, which will make me very sad. It will make me very sad to see that. I love Diego. I was a fan of him from the moment he joined the UFC, became a really big fan of him in his next fight, his first UFC win when we all saw him live. So I'll be more happy. But watching Volk go to sleep, even if it's just a TKO, watching that it'll hurt.
He says he'll be sad. If that happened, he would literally just like.
But you said in the clinch. You said in the clinch.
Yes.
I don't agree with that. Volk is way too technical to let somebody the size of Diego to get in on the clinch. He'll separate immediately. Like Diego's not going to pull him in like that.
Comes in. That's where the overwhelmed aspect comes in.
Okay, fair.
But
fair.
To address what Max just said, there would be no laughing. There would be no joy at the loss of Alex. Yes, if it happens, I'll probably get up. I'll probably clap. I'll probably be like, let's go. But it will not be to the downfall of Volk.
It'll probably be to the downfall of me, though.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I don't know.
I do solemnly swear that I will not gloat about it. I will not be malicious towards you.
Write it in the history books.
You'll watch it happen. Remember when you were picking? You put money on T City Brian, and when Diego did that, I was happy for Diego, but I didn't go like fuck you, fuck your pick, because you picked him on the pod. Too.
Oh yeah.
Which I know you're not a fan of, but that's all the more reason. That's all the more reason that I wouldn't do it towards Volk, and the fact that I actually love Volk.
That's fair. We'll see.
All right, enough of this. On to the co-main, fellas.
But
unless y'all have something else to say.
Volkanovski to the top, baby. Let's go.
Also, would like to add that if this fight happened a year or two ago, would absolutely pick Volk, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
the Volk that fought Yair. I don't know outside of Ilya if there's a person on planet Earth that can make 145 that would him. I don't. I think the Volk that fought Yair is the best version.
I'm not confident in my pick at all, and I'm just praying to God that I'm right. But speaking of to the top, like I just said a minute ago, it's going to be Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. It's a good fight. It's a fucking – I mean, they're just stacked with bangers on this card. Michael Chandler, obviously, in his career, UFC career at least, I know Bellator too, has just been a brawler. The dude can wrestle, but he just doesn't do it for some reason. And then Paddy Pimblett is pretty goddamn good at jiu-jitsu. He's elite at jiu-jitsu, cannot wrestle. And he's got a chin, but he does have power. Nobody can deny that. He's got some stingers that he throws. It's a weird like combo of skills here. That being said, I do think probably Chandler is the guy that finally chins him, to be honest. And you guys know that I am an outspoken, not a big fan of Chandler just because I personally feel like he's a dirty fighter. I just never been a fan. Yeah, go ahead and do your crying emojis. It's clear.
Emojis? What?
It's emotes. I don't know. Your crying faces. He clearly is a dirty fighter. I don't know how you can deny that at this point.
No one's denying it. Yeah. We're just not crying about it.
Well, I'm not crying about it either. Most of the fights that he fights dirty and he loses. When he fights clean, he usually knocks people out. But anyways, dirty fighter, I just don't like his personality. It's like WWE and the UFC. It's just it just makes me cringe every time I see it. I don't know. But anyways, he's probably going to win. I will give him that. I trained at a gym one time. That was cool, I guess. My reasoning behind it is Paddy Pimblett cannot wrestle. He can't do it. He's great once the fight is on the ground. He doesn't do well getting people there. And he's not going to be able to do that to the meatball that Michael Chandler is. Michael Chandler is a stout dude, and he's a fucking phenomenal wrestler. One of the best collegiate wrestlers of his era, at least in Missouri, at least in the SEC for sure. But
I wasn't in the SEC at the time.
Missouri. Oh, I guess
they were in the Big 12. Yeah, they were in the Big 12 back then.
Big 12. Yeah, sorry.
Am I not mistaken? But I think Missouri's wrestling team is still in the Big 12. I think they didn't go over to the SEC because there's only like two SEC.
The whole fucking SEC and Big 12 shit. When they did that, I was like, what is happening?
Regardless, Michael Chandler's a dog. I will never take that away from him. He loves a fucking scrap. He's dirty, and I will fucking stand on that till the day I die. But just the fact that he can wrestle and Paddy can't, and Michael Chandler has a chin and Paddy does not, I think that is going to be the difference maker. I think it's going to end up being Paddy tries to get him down and can't, and I think that's going to turn into a scrap, and a scrap between Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett. Give me Michael Chandler every single day. And I like Paddy Pimblett. I've gone on like waves of liking him and disliking him. I do like him. He's a funny guy. He's fucking hilarious. You can't deny that. He's got that like Scottish charm about him. But
if only he was Scottish.
Or
Scouser charm.
Scouser. Sorry. My bad. That's what I'm going to say. He's got that Scouser charm about him. That Liverpool accent is fucking awesome.
It sounds like he's got a hawk.
It sounds like English whatsoever, but it's English apparently.
I'm being serious.
Being serious. I've got school. I'm being serious.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah. I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out.
I don't know whose fucking Scouser accent's worse. Like, they're both Liverpool. His or Darren Till's. I can't fucking stand Darren Till's. Can't stand his accent. Anyway. Yeah. Sorry.
But anyways, so going into this fight, like, I just don't – I mean, I do see a world where Paddy Pimblett wins. I mean, there is a clear path to victory, but I just don't think he gets it. Honestly, like, I think Dana White's going to be pissed off because I think Paddy Pimblett gets knocked down a little bit of a rung. on this fight. I think honestly, Chandler TKOs him. I think he stuns him, and I think he finishes him on the ground because we have not seen Patty get flatlined, but we've seen him get knocked down and we've seen him get hurt. So I think it's more that situation where he gets knocked down, gets hurt, and then Chandler finishes him on the ground. I don't think we ever even get to see the dirty side of Chandler on this fight because I think it never goes to the ground because his wrestling defense is probably too good for Patty because Patty can't wrestle. Knuckles, what do you think? Don't give me that look also because he is.
Oh, you think that he can't be dirty on the feet? You think he can't be dirty on the feet?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, he could eye poke him. Yeah. He could.
Surprise. Me and Squared, we're going to come in here. We got a joint pick on this bad boy right here. We're going in with this. We have manifested this for some time now, and it's going to come true.
Since the fight was announced, we talked about.
Yeah, we literally. We talked about it on fucking Zoom. I think we were actually in a FaceTime when we talked about it, so it wasn't recorded. We just put it into the universe. Basically, Chandler is going to win by cheating. That's what's going to happen, and this is exactly how it's going to happen. And I'll break it down for you. Me and Square will kind of cook on it a little bit, but Patty's going to either get. I'm thinking eye poke. I think that's what we predicted was an eye poke. Is that Mike's going to extend the fingers as Patty's going in for like an entry or something like that, to a shot, and he's going to get him in the eye. And Patty's going to do one of these like that. The ref isn't going to catch it because I fucking hope the ref is like Mike Beltran because Mike Beltran will not catch that shit. And Patty's going to be like this, doing this. And Mike's just going to unload the haymaker of all fucking haymakers. Right cross to the fucking chin. Knocked him the fuck out. That's the picks. And Squared, I mean, we talked about this for quite a while.
Dirty-ass fashion.
Yeah, we're pretty still confident in this, right? I mean, we're confident this is going to happen.
I wish they made props this specific because I can see it now. And I said this that night. I was like, I could see the memes coming from this. There's just a picture of Pimblett kind of backing up, and he's looking over to the side. And he's doing this, and he's looking at the ref. The ref's doing I didn't stop the fight. And you just see Chandler coming off from the side of the picture with just a fucking right from hell. And that's how it's going to end. And he is going to flop on the canvas. People are going to be shitting bricks. People are going to be complaining, crying. But it's going to be objectively hilarious. It's going to be funny as fuck. It will be the dirtiest thing we've ever seen in the sport. No, that's not true. We've seen. I'm going to get it framed. I'm going to get. But it'll be the funniest thing ever. And we need this to happen. We need this to happen.
Why?
I'm dude. As soon as it happens, like literally, my background from now on is that. Like, that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get chinned off of an eye poke, and it's going to be.
You guys are rooting on a cheater right now.
Hell yeah!
And you're rooting for him. You're rooting for him to win by cheating.
Do you know how many John Jones?
Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Do you know how many John Jones fans there are?
Yeah, bro.
Wouldn't it? Whoa. The times that he has cheated in a fight, he cheats at life.
He's still every fight, Max. When he does this, he does this. When this is what his opponents see. This is what his opponents see. Like every fight.
I do on a serious note want to say I just kind of feel, even if that doesn't happen, I do kind of feel that Chandler will find the right shot. I think especially I'd imagine that Patty's been working on his chin up in the air issue, but we've seen so many fighters work on things, and of course they get it, but like what do we see when a fighter gets to like later rounds? And this is a 5-round fight, keep in mind. And I'm not saying this has to happen like in the 4th round or anything, but as the fight goes on, and a fight with Michael Chandler is going to be an exhausting fight. We're going to see him stop doing those things. He's going to go back to his natural state, and his natural state is just up here. Right. As the fight goes on, he's going to, stop being as technical as he started with. That chin's going to be up in the air. Chandler's going to just absolutely rock it. So that's why I'm pretty confident he'll win. Of course, like he said, there is a path for victory for Patty.
Yeah.
Patty has always risen to the occasion. I've said this before, even when he didn't rise to the occasion versus Gordon, he still somehow rose to the occasion.
Well, it's plot armor. Like that's the thing that worries me is
somehow.
But
Via
yeah, no,
judges.
that's a good
he's
point.
got he's
He
got
has
he's got
risen
blood
to
armor.
the occasion to some degree. And going off of your point again, I do think he has a path to victory. I just, in a clean version, I sure goddamn hope that I think that Michael Chandler probably touches his chin a little bit too hard.
Well, so realistically, I'm gonna do mine real quick because moving on to the next one. But to real quick break down, like outside of what we do believe will happen, I think that the leg kicks, Patty's leg kicks can be a concern. But I don't. The thing is like I've seen Patty fight people. Look at the people who Michael has fought, Mike Chandler's fought, and look at the people who's Patty's fought. Patty's best win is, I'm not even gonna say it's fucking Bobby Green. It's probably the version of Jared Gordon that he didn't beat. Like that's probably the best fighter because the Bobby Green he fought, the King Green he fought, I don't know what was going on there. And then the version of Tony Ferguson he fought was the literal shell. Meanwhile, yeah, Chandler beat Tony Ferguson, but Chandler has fought
Jared Gordon that like entered or exited the UFC after his next fight, I think.
No, he's still in the UFC. Jared Gordon's still in the UFC.
Is he?
He fought Azrat. He fought. He like traded wins and losses, I think. Yeah, Jared Gordon's still in the UFC. But I don't, man. I just don't see Patty beating the guy who is fought nothing but killers for the last 5 years. Mike's just fought nothing but fucking dogs, dude. Also, you got to remember Mike's last fight was against Oliveira. Like, don't get me wrong, Oliveira dominated, but Oliveira is Oliveira. And Mike still was in there cheating, but he was in there, you know. So, yeah, give me Mike.
Dustin Poirier like 3 times, and still
I blame Poirier on that. I blame him.
Yeah, I'm sure you fucking do, you dick.
But anyway, no. So yeah, we all got Mike Chandler. What's next up on the agenda, brother?
What's up next? Not a cheater, probably. Anyways,
Patricia Pitbull. So you are wrong. We've got another cheater.
Yeah, you're right.
Yair's definitely cheated too. I've seen Yair cheat.
I'm about to say Yair is kind of a cheater as well. But damn, we're never getting these guys.
You remember Jeremy Stevens that whole fight, because didn't he fucking poke Jeremy Stevens in the eye? Didn't he poke Jeremy Stevens in the eye? Right.
I think so. And then he like yelled at Bisping. What the fuck was that all about?
Like, well, yeah.
Puta!
Fucking God.
Anyways, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. Oh man, that's gonna be a good fight. Yair is 20-6-0 with 1 no contest. Patricio is 36-7, and he's 37 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be short on this one. Give me Yair. For Pitbull, I'm sorry, but it's too late. Like, it's just too late. Like, we're done. You're done, brother. I'm sorry. He can probably beat some guys in the UFC. I saw that look, Knuckles. He will beat some guys, but not this guy. It's too little too late for him, I think, to make a real title run. And I think Yair's going to he probably won't piece him up because he never does. He just can't do that. He always has to get the comeback victory. I feel like he just thrives off that. But I think he gets him down, maybe on the feet. I don't know. I think he gets him down and subs him, though. But, Knuckles, what do you got?
Wait, did you just say Yair by sub against Pitbull? Have you watched a Pitbull fight?
I have watched Pitbull fights. Maybe he'll fucking knock him out. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's also 37 years old. He's 37.
Like Pitbull's path to victory is on the ground. That's why I was like, I think that Yair wins. I mean, he's getting older. He's 32, but he's still got it. Now Patricio, however, if it was a Patricio that beat AJ McKee a couple years back, I'd pick that pit bull. But since then, he has lost to Sergio Pettis, who's a bantamweight. That's a little concerning. I don't remember if that fight was a bantamweight or not. It might have been. And he lost to Chihiro Suzuki. But that's the thing about Risen fighters. Like, anybody in Risen can beat anybody in any time because they're just weird like that. Like, legitimately fucking. I don't know what it is about Risen. It just like the shit there is different. But he got knocked out. Now, mind you, that was almost 2 years ago in Risen. He's fought once since then against Jeremy Kennedy, had a TKO, looked good. Jeremy Kennedy's a good fighter, was a good fighter. He beat Aaron Pico at one point in time. But I think I'm still picking Yair. I think he's going to do enough to at distance. He's going to keep it. It's going to look a lot like the fight that I'm thinking of is the Josh Emmett fight. I think it's going to look a lot like that. I could see Patricio getting into the ground and like doing something, but yeah, right now I'm gonna go with Yair by probably KO, like some cool ass, hopefully some spinning shit. I'd like to see Yair of old where he just threw more wild shit like a la Zabit Magomed Shapirov. God, my king, I wish he was still in the UFC. I fucking they never fought. I wish I could have seen a fight between him and Yair. That shit would have been fireworks. But anyway, yeah, my pick right now is Yair, and I'm gonna say by TKO. Yeah, that's my pick. What do you got on that, Squared?
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with y'all. They kind of seems like they were trying to kind of give Patricio the pit bull route, or sorry, that was stupid. They're trying to give him the Chandler route, giving him that kind of upper ranked but not crazy high ranked fighter, someone that's going to get him really close to the title picture almost immediately, which for Chandler ended up being immediately, but that was due to different circumstances. And I just don't think it's going to work out this time. One, because Chandler was like 34, I think, when he made his UFC debut. This dude's 37, has been through a lot of wars. Coming off of, correct me if I'm wrong, he hasn't fought in like a year and a half, right?
March 2024. Let me look. Hold on. I had it just pulled up. March 22nd, 2024. So a year. Yeah, a little over a year.
Still not really great.
And you can thank the PFL for that.
Yeah, fucking that. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But coming off of that, he hasn't been crazy consistent. He's been on the winning side, of course, but hasn't been crazy consistent. He's coming off some weird shit. I remember he went to like 135 for a second and tried to get a title there. That didn't work out. He's a 2-division champion in Bellator, so he's been all over the place from 135 to 155. That's kind of irrelevant. I just started rambling right there for a second. My bad. But yeah, I just think he's already been through the whole process of an MMA career in Bellator, and he's not going to have that one final like pack a punch that Chandler had. And Yair is a tough first matchup, and I think Yair gets this off of just being more active. Even though Yair hasn't fought since. So never mind. But
Ortega, right? He's lost back to back. Ortega and Volk, yeah.
But
we're talking about Ortega and Volk.
Ortega and Volk. That's my point exactly. Is he's just coming off of a better stretch of a better strength of schedule, and yeah, time's gonna make the old pity look not so great. So Yair by probably a TKO. Definitely not a submission.
Oh, yeah.
Sit on that for a second.
The next one. Oh, man. It's Flat Earth versus Brazil. Bryce Mitchell is fighting Gene Silva. Bryce Mitchell 17-3. Gene Silva is Gian Silva's 15-2. Should be interesting. Bryce Mitchell most recently lost to Josh Emmett, I believe, right? Good talk, Knuckles.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, you're good. No, but he most recently beat Chrome Gracie. I don't know, man. This one's a tough one too. Hear me out. I think Bryce Mitchell wins. I think Gene Silva keeps his head too high, and I think he's not too cocky. I do like Gene Silva. He's not too cocky, but he is a little cocky. Rightfully so thus far. He's been fun, but I think this is his real welcome to the UFC, and I think Bryce is just going to be a little too much for him, and I think he might club and sub. Honestly, I think he might catch him, knock him down, and then choke him out. I really do. I know that's a hot take. I know, but I could see it. Because we forget this is the same man that rocked Edson Barboza. So, Knuckles' facial expressions seem to not like my pick, but
Knuckles, no, dude, you didn't pay attention to my facial expressions then. Number one, sorry, I had a phone call from the CEO of the company I work for, so I was freaking out. So I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, it was nothing. I wanted to ask before we ended the conversation. I will go back to the Bryce Mitchell thing, but I want to ask because I need to ask. Because we talked about Patricio versus Yair. Who do you think wins between Patricio and Brian Ortega? Just quick pick. This is just a quick sidebar. We do this. I just want to ask.
God,
that's so
it's hard to tell.
I think I'd pick third round Ortega in that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would be able to obviously, like anybody would, I'd be able to give you a better answer Sunday morning, but
right, yeah.
I'd have to go Ortega for sure.
So yeah,
wouldn't be crazy confident. Okay. Not crazy.
I was gonna say I didn't want to sound crazy because I feel like a lot of people would pick Pitbull in that. But anyway, so now my pick for the Bryce Mitchell and John Silva. Max, what you took as unpleased looks, I actually was like you got points because you know what? Bryce Mitchell's going to win this fight.
Oh! Fucking this guy is
Bryce Mitchell's going to win this fight. Because I love John Silva, and I think he is going to be. I think he's going to be a top 10, I could see him being top 5. But right now, from what I've seen from both fighters, you can sit there and say Bryce Mitchell doesn't have a chin. He has a chin. He just ate the literal, we're talking.
Oh, he ate about big man that here or Nagasaki.
Dude, we're talking about shit. We're talking about Josh Emmett dug that shit from the depths. We're talking about the bottom barrel of hell and fucking come up and hit him with that fucking hook. Ilia Topuria was hitting Bryce Mitchell with pocket boxing shots, and we've seen Ilia Topuria in the pocket. He was hitting Bryce Mitchell with pocket shots, and Bryce Mitchell was eating it. John Silva can hit, but also John Silva did not finish Drew Dober, and we saw what Manuel Torres did to it. So I'm starting to draw on these questions maybe John's power is a little oversighted. Not only that, I watched this fight against Charles Jourdain. I watched this fight against Drew Dober. Charles Jourdain got John Silva to the ground pretty fairly easily. I'm not going to say that Bryce is not going to hang on the feet. He's not going to hang on the feet. I know that Max thinks he might club and some. I just don't think he's going to hang on the feet. But I saw John hitting Drew Dober on the feet and kind of getting him hurt. Drew Dober had his hands clasped on a double. Now, he couldn't finish it because he was bloody, beaten, and bruised and shit. But he had his hands clasped on a double. If Drew Dober can clasp his hands on a double on you in a fight, Bryce Mitchell's going to dog you, bro. He's going to fucking dog you. And I think that Bryce Mitchell's going to submit. I think that Bryce Mitchell's going to sub this man. I think he's going to sub him in the first or second round. I love Jean because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, Jean's going to kill this dude. I was on the hype train. Then I sat and I used because I'm trying to be more logical when I make these picks. I was like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? No. I started watching tape. I started watching how they both fight, and I was like, man, nah, this is low key. If I Missouri, get your shit together and get DraftKings in this shit because I can't still for whatever reason can't bet. I would fucking put I'd put 2 units if I'm a betting man for the people who watch this that are betting. I'd put 2 units on Bryce. I would. I'm not gonna lie, that might be crazy, but I'm picking Bryce. Squared, what do you got on that one, man?
Yeah. Again, we are in full agreement here. When this fight was announced, I knew immediately. I was like, "This is Bryce's fight." This Bryce. I saw the people being like, "Oh, they're trying to get Bryce killed for what he did, or for what he said. They're trying to kill Bryce." Maybe that is what they're trying to do, but if that's the case, they're about to fall flat on their face. A lot of people that want to see Bryce get knocked out are about to be very disappointed. I think that he has just such a massive grappling advantage. In this fight, it's going to be silly. I wouldn't say he's going to come out of the gate just going straight for that takedown. He's going to come out. He's going to be in that little weird bouncy stance he's got where he has his feet really wide and he's, bouncing. Just kind of. And the second that John overexposes himself for a takedown, which he will, whether that's in a strike or he just, has his hands too out, maybe he's going for a dumb fucking high five. That man's getting swallowed and dragged to the depths of hell. And I'm going to go with Bryce. It's going to be quick. It's going to be probably first round, maybe even first half of the first round, rear naked choke. To touch on what y'all are saying, yeah, Bryce, his 2 losses, I know they say 3, but that first one's a little weird and iffy. Some people count it, some people don't because it was a tough.
It's tough, right? It was tough. It was on.
But it was something to do with the amount of rounds they had to consider it. It couldn't be like an exhibition or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
His 2 losses, Ilia Topuria. Who the fuck hasn't lost to Ilia Topuria? No one that stepped in front of him, no one that's gotten in the cage with him has not lost to him. And then,
hey, and Bryce didn't get knocked out. Bryce didn't get knocked out.
He got knocked down, but didn't get knocked out. He also made Ilia whiff. His head movement is a little underrated. He was making Ilia whiff. Fucking had Ilia run into the fence, made him look like a goofball for a second there. Also, first, maybe only, I could be wrong, but person to take Ilia down. Pretty sure he's still the only one. Definitely the first one.
Probably looking at this stats.
In the UFC, yeah.
Definitely the first one to take him down. And I think he's going to show that he's the veteran in this fight, at least the UFC veteran in this fight, and he's just on a higher level. People underrate. I don't think people underrate Bryce's grappling. I think they know that he's a great grappler, but the way his grappling translates to the sport of MMA is excellent. And I think he's going to put a showcase on Saturday night. That's about all I got to say about that. We've seen John struggle against non-grapplers. And I know he got up versus Jourdain and TKO'd him or KO'd him. I can't remember.
But that's fucking Jourdain, though. I will say.
And Jourdain was panic wrestling.
That fucking pocket uppercut that he landed on Jourdain, I love that. That's the thing. I love Gian, but I'm gonna be realistic. It's just like I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna fucking reveal my quick pick before we talk about it when it gets to it. I'm gonna pick Machado Gary over Proches, and that's just what it is, man. I love the fighters that I love, but right now, Robert Whittaker. Would I fucking pick Robert Whittaker to beat Dricus or even if he fights Imavov next? No, I'm a realistic fighter, a realistic fan. I want to pick these people, but I can't. I love Jean, and I'm being realistic, but also shout out in the chat. Fu chimed in and said Bryce, Pat, Sabatini, Mitchell. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be what Sabatini did where he just lays on somebody and does nothing for 3 rounds. Sorry. I don't like Sabatini. I don't like Philadelphia. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, Philadelphia viewers. Move. What can I move? Don't live there. Anyway. What's the next one up, buddy? Sorry.
The next one up is going to be Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. That's an interesting one, too. These fights are so hard to pick, but honestly, might sound crazy. Give me Dominic Reyes, honestly, because Nikita Krylov has always been, to me, the gatekeeper of light heavyweight. And once he fights a guy that's up there, and I know Dominic Reyes has not been at this crazy top of his game lately, but he's up there enough still to me. After that win against it's Anthony Smith, but also Dustin Jacoby, the way he knocked him out. And I know everybody knocked Dustin Jacoby out for sure, but the way that he did that, the way that he looked, I think this is a L for Nikita Krylov, and I think we're going to have to start talking about Dominic Reyes again, I think, because dude missed a lot of time. He came back, did not look good at all. But now he's looking pretty fucking good. So, and he's only, what is he, 36?
35.
35 years old. And I mean, Nikita Krylov is only 33, but he's got a lot more fight wear and tear on him than
fucking mileage, dude. Mileage.
Huh?
He's got mileage. He's got a lot of mileage.
He does. I think Dominic Reyes knocks him out, honestly. I know that's crazy, but hey, fuck it. Dominic Reyes by KO in the probably, first, second round. Knuckles, what do you think?
I'm going to disagree with you, man. I'm going to disagree with you. I've also, okay, first of all, I want to shout out Where the Wild Things Are Not. Said I'm a career Philly hater. Absolutely. Absolutely. For the rest of my life. I will never visit that city. I will never go to that city. And I will never support any sports team, sports athlete, or sports or anything from Philadelphia.
Dude, it's really salty about the Chiefs Super Bowl loss.
No, dude. Max, you know why I hate Philly? I just hate Philly. I just hate Philly. I've hated Philly. Like, you can mainly, if anybody wants to know, you can thank Billy Algeo for that. Go back 2 years ago. Oh, it's PK. Okay, shout out PK. Go back 2 years ago. I fucking hate Philly. Bill Algeo, you can thank him for that. Outside of that, there are multiple reasons why I hate Philly. Multiple reasons. But anyway, Krylov, man, I'm picking Nikita Krylov. I have been a career Krylov fan. Speaking of career hater, I'm a career Krylov fan because he's been in the UFC twice. He first entered the UFC when he was like 21. Dude's been in the UFC, been in the UFC lore for 12 years of his career. He actually, fun Knuckles fact for anybody, Nikita Krylov at one point in time was in my top 3 favorite fighters of all time. Or not all time, but my top 3 favorite fighters. It was him, Alexander Gustafsson, and I think maybe GSP or Robbie Lawler at that time. It's been a while. I have to look back. But I used to be a big Krylov fan, man. I had a good feeling about the Miner. That's what his nickname, by the way, I don't know if it still is, but his nickname used to be the Miner. Not like Miner, child Miner, but Miner, as in gold miner. Whoa! But shout out Nikita Krylov. He also killed my goat, Alexander Gustafsson. Still have, when they booked that fight, I was like, why are you pitting two of guys that I love against each other? And then Krylov just fucking fall on the ground. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think that Dominic Reyes. Yeah, I think he's gonna bob. Honestly, I think he's gonna TKO him or sub him. I think it's gonna be a finish here because I don't know if the chin's back, man. I don't know if it's back because he fought Dustin Jacoby, who is a career tweener. He's the tweener type of guy who does good against some people, does bad against most people. And then he fought Anthony, or the fucking literal dust of Anthony Smith's corpse is what he fought. So yeah, I got Nikita Krylov in this one. He's 33. Now he's gonna be rusty. I think he's gonna look rusty at first, but he's gonna find that chin because it's a 2-year layoff. But he's in Ukraine. He might have been dealing with the war stuff. I don't know, but I trust him, man. I trust my fucking guy. I will never not like Nikita Krylov, and I got him in this one. I'm glad that the Azmat Mirzakhanov fight got canceled because I think Mirzakhanov might have beat him, but I'll pick him in this fight. I'll pick him against Dominic Reyes. I'm pretty confident in that, but I could see Reyes. he just leaves a lot to be desired, especially like I talked shit the entire Anthony Smith fight because everything was so fucking telegraphed and so like slow and lethargic. Like his jabs looked like they were going 2 miles per hour. So yeah, give me Krylov. Anyway, that's my pick. Krylov by finish in the first 2 rounds. What do you got, Squared?
Not a whole lot. Krylov is, he was on a bit of a tear leading up to this. Now, obviously, he's going to have lost momentum after taking 2 years off. Like you said, I'm not sure why. I'd imagine it has something to do with what's going on in that part of the world.
Oh yeah,
who knows, dude? Maybe he's like even sharper. Maybe he's on some next level shit.
Fucking dude could have been fighting in the war. Who knows?
Yeah, he might have some crazy aggressions to take out onto that poor man. But wow, did you see that snag? Holy shit! I should have made it to the leagues. Anyways, yeah. So Dom Reyes, man, I can never pick someone to win a fight if I've watched them go out cold from a straight. A very very soft, not just a straight, but a very we saw when Ryan Spann put him out. It was like a very let me feel you out kind of punch. I don't think he meant to.
Squared. Rephrase what you said. If somebody goes out by a straight, you can't trust them. Be careful who you're talking about because you remember how DDP beat him. Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. But
yeah, but that's DDP. Come on now. This was this was Ryan Spann, and this was you could just tell he wasn't putting any sauce in that punch. He was just kind of
it was a fucking jab, wasn't it? It was a jab, wasn't it? Or was it a straight? Was it a straight or a jab?
I thought it was a straight, but I thought it was
power jab.
That's
what Whitaker got knocked out by. It was a power jab.
Call it a power jab would be a euphemism. Just something to make Dom feel a little bit.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it was a jab, but it's just dude, if you're getting knocked out by that, I can never. Because from that point on, it's all right, someone's just got to land a good one on you. Maybe not even a good one, because Ryan Spann did not land a good one on him. He just put him out. So yeah, how the fuck could I possibly? And I hate to sound like I'm shitting on Dom, which I am, but I hate to sound like I'm taking joy in it. It's just dude, I could not ever confidently pick someone after that. So you will never hear me pick Dom unless they put him against a paraplegic, in which case, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to see who the guy is. Maybe he's got some power behind those Hot Wheels. Yeah. So give me Krylov by knockout. I don't know, whatever round. Like you said, he's probably gonna be a little rusty, so maybe a little later in the maybe a second round knockout.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. While we get to the prelims, we're going to talk about. I'm going to excuse myself from the stream. I'm going to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back. You guys go ahead.
He's leaving the stream to make a stream. Am I right, boys?
That's right.
Am I right, boys? All right.
Well, anyways, the next one that we're going to talk about is going to be Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. That is an interesting ass fight. Don't have much to cook on about it, but give me Sean Woodson.
Yeah. Well, shit. I'm gonna also take Sean Woodson in this fight. Dan Ige is gonna be a real tough task for Sean Woodson, but I think it's this is gonna be a good platform for Woodson to kind of show everyone that he is a good fighter. I know when he first came along, everyone's like, the fuck is Roger the Alien doing here? Goofy looking ass boy. You're just roasting the guy. Fair enough. I know.
I heard Roger the Alien.
I know I took part in these activities a little bit, but I got to give it to the guy. He's a good fighter. He's extremely long for the division. So he can present anyone.
6'2", yeah.
Yeah, he can present anybody in that division with the problems that come with going up against a really long fighter. And Ige is as tough as they come. and Ige is going to put up a fight. I think it's going to be a good, close fight, but I think Woodson's going to capitalize on this opportunity that he's been given and come away with a decision win.
You're picking Ige or Woodson?
Woodson. I think
Woodson.
I hope it's Woodson.
Yeah, I sorry, I caught the tail end of it. So, is it my turn? I guess yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, he just Woodson and called it a night.
Who did he pick? Who did he pick?
Woodson.
Okay. Also, I realized that this our we used to be a lot more exciting, so I want to go ahead and fucking just like do one of these, I guess, because like I just there's
living right now.
there's no excitement in the chat, so like I see people just like I'm bringing back the Bourbon and Bud side a little bit, so shout out Bourbon and Bud, but
He says there's no excitement in the chat, so he just whips his nips out. Now there's excitement in my pants, brother. What are we doing?
So yeah. Also, everybody gets to see my 5 head and my luscious locks. Check that out, growing out. Anyway, gonna do this for a minute while I make my pick. You guys get to see full bare chest. Go ahead and chime in the comments.
What we need is a bilk. We need a bilk. Damn it! Did I strike your interest?
Oh, fuck me.
I know you got some banquets and shit. If you don't have any milk, I know you got a cow near you.
That's perfect. No, okay, real quick. My pick.
I don't have any milk. I see I see some udders right there, baby.
I'll do it. You know what? I'll do a.
My bad.
You know what? I might do a bilk for the chat, but it's going to be a teeny tiny. It's going to be a teeny tiny one. Anyway, man, dude, that's the thing. So, dude, I had this whole thing like Danny Ige, man. He is God. I fucking love the dude. He's legitimate. If you beat Danny Ige, you are a top 10 talent. There's no doubt in my mind, because Danny Ige is the guy that can fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. It does not fucking matter. When we're talking about anytime, anywhere, and I know, and I'm not just going based off the Diego Lopes situation, like anytime, anywhere at 145. I would like Danny Ige will be competitive against any 145er. Any 145er. We're talking Max Holloway. We're talking Ilya Topuria. We're talking Volkanovski. He is just very competitive. But it's so weird with Danny Ige because he's just not good enough to beat them. You know what I mean? Like he can be competitive. Like Diego Lopes, I know that was on 5 hours notice. Oh, fucking Fu said topless bilks. I mean, stay tuned. I just if Ige can get him to the ground, I think Ige can beat him, but Ige has but I don't think Ige can get him to the ground. I'm picking Sean Woodson, St. Louis guy, so shout out Missouri. I'm picking Sean Woodson by decision. Because nobody knocks out Ige, and Sean Woodson's not about to knock out Ige. So I'm picking Sean Woodson, and I think this is going to break Sean Woodson in that top 15, and I think we're going to see. There you go, Max. I think we're going to take a picture. I think we're going to see. We're going to. There you go. I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see Woodson breaking in that top 15, and I think that. But I will say this: I think this is going to be Woodson's last win before a loss. I think he's going to lose his next fight because I think they're going to pit him against somebody too tough for him, because that length and weird, like he fights in slow motion too. I was talking about slow motion earlier. He fights in slow motion because, well, number one, it takes about 5 light years for his straight to travel. But yeah, Woodson by decision on this one. We got a good one. Do we get a good one?
Demonetized.
Anyway, I had to do something, man. We gotta spice up the chat. We had to. Now my shirt's all wrinkled. Yeah, that's the pick. We got Woodson by decision. What's next up on the agenda? We got 2 lesbians fighting, right? Or
no, we're not going to talk about those lesbians. Well, fuck. I said it too, huh? Yeah, we're just fucked. Yeah, Jan Jianan, Verna,
I mean, I think they're I think they're both openly gay, so don't feel bad.
You just have to throw for educational purposes only.
But here, let's just rapid fire that one real quick. Jandaroba is probably going to win. I want Jan to win, but it's probably not going to happen. She could knock her out, but it probably won't happen. So, Knuckles.
Yeah, I agree. I'm surprised. I figured you picked Jan. No, I'm picking Jandaroba. I think that her ground game is just going to be too much, and she's going to overwhelm her. And honestly, I could see a finish here. I know Jandaroba is kind of a decision merchant, but I'm gonna pick Jandaroba by sub. Squared, what do you got on that, buddy?
Sorry, I just got elbowed for no fucking reason. Jandaroba, and then she is off to a title fight after that.
Yeah. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Next up, I mean, we got to talk about this one. Jim Miller, Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper's probably going to beat him. I hate to say that. I really do. I love Chase Hooper so much, and I love Jim Miller so much, but Chase is probably just going to grab him and just not let him go. Pretty quick, I would say. Knuckles, what do you think?
Yeah, what I saw against Clay Guida, which now don't get me wrong, I think Clay Guida's decreased a lot more in his career than Jim Miller has at this point. But what I saw proves to me that I think that Chase is ready for the opportunity. And I think on the feet or on the ground, I think Chase is ready for him. Yeah, I think he's going to beat him. I don't think he's going to finish him, but I do think he's going to sub. Or it's going to be a decision on that one. I think we're going to get a lot of.
He's going to sub him. That's what he just said. That's the words he just said. I don't think he's going to finish him, but I do think he's going to sub him.
What you get? Decision, Chase Hooper, 29-28. Squared, what do you got on that one,
man? I'm going to go Chase Hooper, probably by a decision. I think Jim Miller lost a piece of himself versus Bobby Green, unfortunately. And then Chase Hooper he's really coming into himself, and he is looking like an absolute dog. And I'm excited for Chase Hooper's future, but I'll say what I said when they announced this fight. Do not fight an old guy next. Don't become an elderly abuser.
He's like the opposite of Christian Rodriguez.
He's gonna get bought. He's gonna get King Green after this,
which is more respectable than what that C-Rod is doing. Damn it!
Is it though?
Beating up on children. I'd rather punch a 95-year-old in the face than a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
yes.
But
to be fair, C-Rod literally did fight like 5 debutantes or some shit. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah, so they were all 7th UFC fight, and it's like, dude, all you fought are kids.
That's a good conversation. Is that better than
fighting old veterans? Is a lot better than fighting a bunch of debutantes.
I don't know if you're fighting a senior citizen.
Okay, but not actually. He's fighting a 40-year-old Jim Miller. Yeah. Who's a veteran of the sport and a legend and has a lot of experience. It's definitely way, way better than fighting Raul Rosa or Austin Bashi. No disrespect for either of those guys. I'm just saying, like, to beat up on those two is like, dude, yeah, they're debutees. Like, they've got no experience. They don't know what they're doing.
The Bulgarian one still pisses me off because he's right. City guy. That fucking shit. And he also, Bulgarian won that fight. I don't give a fuck who you are. Bulgarian won that. Fuck, dude, You're gonna get me fired up. It's time for a bill.
Well, my point is, he's on a little bit of a streak now of beating up on guys that are out the door. The emotional shirt takeoff is insane. But
that's what I was going for.
Fucking start. You talked about Bulgarian. You guys are going. I'm gonna go get. Fu said Hasbulla is old and a baby. Pour milk on your chest. Ooh, no, I'm not doing that. I have self-respect. I'll drink it, not pour it on myself. I'll be right back.
Damn, he's leaving, dude. I'm trying to do this little joke, and he's leaving.
There's also a chance the mic was not picking that up.
Yeah, that's why I aimed it that way.
Right.
Yeah. What are you doing, Hart? Anyways, folks.
Yeah. I'm just going to finish that point. Chase Hooper beat up on this one old man and then fight somebody closer to your age next.
I think we got one last fight.
Maybe not closer to his age because he's still young as fuck.
One last fight because he's been on the pod. What a guy. Kershaw Gore. It's been a long motherfucking time since that dude fought. He had forearm surgery that Held him out for like 2 years.
Oh, dude, we've got like 12 people in the chat now that I said I'm doing a bilk. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, you guys want to come in for the bilk, but you won't come in to watch my picks? It's okay. I love you still, but go ahead.
Anyways, we don't have 12 people in chat. We have one person in the chat.
No, I'm watching the live. We've got 9 people. We've got 9 people right now.
No, you're wrong. But
fellas, no sharing insider information. Come on now. How are we going to strike deals with these people if they know how many live views we got?
I talked to my CEO. I talked to my CEO about getting us sponsors, and he said he might be able to. So, hey, there we go. Anyway, I'm just fucking.
Oh, well, we've got 7,000 people in the chat. What's up, everybody?
Regardless, the last fight we have to talk about. It's going to be a good one. It's Tresean Gore versus Marco Tulio. As a few of you know, Tresean Gore has been on our podcast before. We love that guy. Super stoked to see him fighting again in the UFC. It's been like 2 years at least. So,
why are you leaning into me so hard?
I don't – dude, fuck you. I don't even care about this other guy. Give me Tresean by like brutal knockout. Just give me Tresean. He's gonna fucking take him down. He's gonna bash his face in. Knuckles, what do you think?
Man, Marco Tulio, like this is supposed to be a setup fight for him, but guess what? Mr. Vicious is in the fucking game. Also, I think when Tresean is on, he's on fucking on. Also, I'm fired up. I'm ready to talk about fights for whatever you guys want to talk about. PFL, let's fucking talk about it. These people got me fired up. Anyway,
what's up in Invicta right now?
They are like a Missouri-based company. What's up, Invicta? Anyway, also shout out real quick before I make my pick. MMA Alien is in the chat, and Fu said I was here, man. I know you were, Fu. You're always here. We appreciate you. Fu's been watching pretty much the whole time, and also Front Sniper. Anyway, my pick on that, Tresean Gore is gonna Tresean Gore's. I'm not drunk yet. Tresean Gore is going to do the thing, man. Marco Tulio, this is supposed to be a setup fight for you. I'm sorry, brother, but you're fighting a dude who has God behind him. And as a Christ believer myself, even though I'm sinning right now by overindulging in alcohol, Tresean's going to come through with that W. He's got God behind him. And also, if you guys get the chance, any viewer, go watch the clips that we have. We might repost that clip here in a couple days of Tresean talking about his belief in himself. That man, when he's on, he's a man possessed. And we saw it with Josh Fremd. We saw it in his last fight. He is a man possessed, and I believe that
Josh Fremd's head off.
He's in there. And I've seen it on his Instagram. He's locked in. I got faith. And I'm not just saying that biased because I am trying to pick smarter. I have belief. Go ahead, Squirt.
So, since I wasn't on the team back when y'all interviewed him, I was going to pick Tulio just because that was my genuine thought. But the vigor and the strength and the prowess and confidence with which the two of y'all made y'all's picks, I'm buying into the vibe. I'm putting stock in that because I see this one skyrocketing. Give me the boy.
Yeah.
What's his nickname again? Does he have one? I don't know. I will say this also, and I've said this before.
Tresean.
I mean, the last name Gore is a great nickname alone, but
I think of Frank Gore, one of the best running backs of all time.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody already said that. Mr.
Knuckles
Vicious
said that.
Yeah. Mr. Vicious.
What?
I was just trying to remember his name, but we'll say this, and I've said this before. Love tough 29 guys. And I always root for him. And that will be, even if I was going to pick whatever the dude's name is, was still going to be rooting for our boy, Mr. Vicious. Tough 29. Shout out to all those guys, except for, what's his name? Ricky Tercios. Not his biggest fan. I don't dislike him. I don't know. It's like,
he's fine. I think he has.
When he fought Rosas, and he was like, "Fuck you!"
He absolutely has schizophrenia for sure.
I'll say this: when he won that
undiagnosed schizophrenia, absolutely.
Yeah, probably. When he won that fight, and then he was like giving a little motivational speech and looked at the camera and was like, "I'm talking to you." I was like, "Oh, like me?"
It's like, have you seen that? Have you seen that meme of Robert Whittaker pointing at the camera and there's like this guy going?
It's like the Drewski, when Kanye was staring at him in the crowd, and he's just like,
fuck. Foo just killed me in the chat, but also MMA Alien said, Bryce. Did you see what Foo said? Did you see what Foo said? Alien said, so what Bryce Mitchell has God behind him. What does this mean for John Silva? Funny you say that, Alien. We all picked Bryce. Me, the shirtless, big tittied guy, picked Bryce Mitchell.
Wait, you?
Also, yeah, Foo, I do. I also. What was? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Alien, you can go back and see our genuine surprised reactions to him picking Bryce for that. We were boggled.
I'm real, bro. I'm real. That's one thing you can't say. Like, there's a lot of fake people out in the world, but I am 100%. Like, I will fucking say what's on my mind. Yes, Foo, I am one of those tough 29 dudes. Fucking look at that peak athletic performance. Alien said Ricky is fighting his opponent as well as he is fighting his demons. Coop said shirtless Knuckles. Also, real quick, since Coop's watching, shout out fucking Coop, #1 producer in the game, fucking best dude. We could not do this shit without. Like, you guys think this goes smoothly? You should see the unedited versions, because what Coop produces versus what we give him. Shout out Coop. We are up. Shout out Coop.
Say a big enough thanks to that dude. I could not put it in the words. The dude means the world to us, and we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Coop's got enough footage to also get us all fired from our jobs.
Yes.
Like, Coop has enough on me. I would be arrested by the federal government, probably. Don't start looking into me, feds. Alien said he did not expect the full Bryce sweep. Yeah, no, dude, I see the magic in the air. Low key, might be lock of the week for the squad. Might be lock of the week.
I say we go for it.
But before the lock of the week.
I haven't done that in a minute.
Oh God, what are you gonna make? You gotta be careful of that one, dude. Fuck. You gotta be really. No.
Look, dude, that milk takes over. All right, everybody. Little Bill, let it simmer a little bit.
Christ.
All right.
I'll take a shot with you. Hold
Shout
on. Let it simmer a little bit more. I'll take a shot.
Oh no, it's gonna start coagulating. It's gonna start getting thick as a bitch.
It's already, Max. You gotta hurry. That shit is fucking. Oh, it's starting to separate. Come on, Max.
I'm coming.
Now he's about to spill.
Oh no.
Nothing.
I'm gonna drink it, but
I'm proud of you, man.
All right, cheers.
Bill, oh shit. Cheers.
Oh.
Just thinking.
Ooh, that man's a pro.
That's just...
finish her off. That man's gonna be shitting buckets tonight.
Ooh. I'm not, like, can I be honest? I said this the first time I drank it. Like, you guys think that would be like the worst shit in the world? It really is like not. It's like it tastes like, I don't even know. It just tastes like milky beer. Like, it's like, okay, you know how you drink a stout? It tastes like a stout if stout had cream in it. That's what it tastes like. It's like not. It's like, I don't know. It's not that bad. It's weird because you're drinking milk. Yeah. The thing is, I've literally I've chugged bottles of hot sauce. Like, nothing gets to me. Like, I can fucking, like, it's. But anyway. MMA Alien said, I hate it so much. Why? Dude, it's just, it is what it is. He says it's like a cream soda, but not sweet. Yeah. Like, that's a good analogy. Also, I'm putting my shirt back on. You guys got enough of the OF shots. Also, since I've been injured for the last 7 weeks, I've gained weight. So you guys are seeing the extra juicy milkers. So you're welcome for that. Because I have gained, since I've been injured, I have gained 8 pounds. No, 9 pounds. It's hurt me. But also, you guys get to see my crazy hair. Anyway,
Got another fight to talk about?
No.
I think that's about it. Do we want to talk about Alan Card to fight through it? No. Well, we got a week off after this card, so stay tuned for stoking the coals.
Hell yeah.
Like I like to sit and talk with her because we've got the most viewers we've had. Chime in the chat, guys, if you guys want to talk about something. Like we'll talk.
Should we just do all of our picks again? Should we just start it from the top now that we got everybody in?
Yeah,
now you are here. I guess we'll get going.
Let's do a rapid fire, huh? Let's start from the top. Or no, let's start from the bottom. Do a rapid fire, huh?
All right.
Hang on. Let me pull up the fight picks, and we're gonna do the whole fucking card. Let's see here. Chat, I'll chime in a minute. Max just said, "Fuck you guys." Okay.
He said, taking a piss.
Oh, okay. I do have to say, I haven't done a bilk in a while. That one hit the stomach. I feel it. Dude, this card, top, like even the fucking early prelims, like outside of the first, like I could miss the first fight and I'd be fine. Not because it's women.
But because it's women.
No, but like I could miss the first fight and I'd be fine. But like low key, Trayshawn Gore up, it's just banger on banger on banger on banger. Like you can't tell me Darren Elkins versus fucking Julian Rosa is not gonna be like that shit's gonna be a firefight.
Even it's gonna be good when even the fights with like little to no name value, we look at them and we're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, and we like I think he's gonna lose, but we might get to see the wife beater piece of fucking shit, bitch ass Dumas get slept by Olajejek. I hope.
So.
But there is a chance he loses, so and I will stand on that. Anybody that's a supporter of Dumas, that's what I have to say to you, because I don't support that personally. Okay, well we're waiting on Max. Let's check the chat.
PK, are you watching right now? What did you tweet at me? Sit on that for a second.
PK said, "Oh God, what are you?"
As soon as I said that too, I was almost like, "Ayo, hey."
He said, "Tarps off." Harper siding. Marco gonna hurt him. Foo, be careful now, man. Be careful, Marco. Hey, Foo, if you saw it, we said Trayshawn got God behind him. But anyway, everybody stay tuned. Here in a minute, we're waiting for Max. I don't know what's taking him so long. We're gonna run down the card. I need him to get back so I can rinse out my drinking glass. Actually, you know what? I'll rinse it out. I'll rinse it out with a little bit of.
Shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
Ugh.
That tasted like straight banquet. That's all it did. While we're waiting on Max, give your picks, guys, or give some opinion on the card. What you guys think?
I want them to answer your question. Now that we got everybody here, your question: who wins between Patricio Pitbull? If you had to guess right now, who wins between Pitbull and Brian Ortega?
Yeah, what do you guys think? Pitbull versus Ortega. If they booked that and they fought with a full camp, who wins between Pitbull and Ortega? I am very curious about that. That's a question I have. We need to do that more. Like, yeah, we forgot to come up with a good question for the chat beforehand. Yeah. That's one. That's the thing. I'm the matchup guy. I could come up with a lot of good matchups. And also, are you guys excited for Kansas City coming up in a couple weeks? Good card. Des Moines right after that. Good card. Hope you guys are excited for that. Appreciate you guys tuning in for sure. While you guys are chiming in with your comments, hopefully we're gonna pull up the chat. We're gonna pull up the card. I'm gonna cut the chat off for a minute. Sorry, guys. Trying to pull up my picks because I'm the rapid fire guy. So we're gonna rapid fire these. All right. So starting from the bottom, boys, you guys ready for this?
Yep.
Okay. Cornoli versus Cowan. I honestly don't know much about both these women. I'm sorry, but Max, what do you got on that one, man?
Cornoli. It's not, or Cornhole, whatever her name is. It's not
Cornhole, yeah, Cornhole. I think it's Cornhole, yeah.
Cornholio. I will be staying away from that on betting, but yeah, Cornhole.
Squared. I got TP. I got TP for your. Personally, I have TP for your bunghole Cornholio. That's who I
was
have.
about to say Cornholio.
Cornholio.
Yeah, give me cornhole. I used to kill it at cornhole. Probably still do. Just haven't played it in forever.
Next one.
I'm gonna rock the Cornholio for that one. TP.
Yeah.
You guys are you guys know Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. That's why I was saying cornholio.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you guys were too young for that one. Anyway.
Yeah. King of the Hill is better though. That's the better Mike Judge.
Oh no, Mike Judge fucking murdered with King.
Also, not to get off topic, but you need to watch Common Side Effects. He's a producer on that show, and he does a voice of a character, and he literally just does the Hank Hill voice of it. And it's pretty funny.
Him shouting that out. I'm gonna check that out because I've heard really good things. But also, if you're ever just drunk or toking a little bit of something, and you just want something to watch on a Saturday night, watch Beavis and Butthead Do America. I promise you will not be disappointed. You'll have a good night. It is just when they start tripping in the desert, maybe skip that part. But anyway, so the next one is Trayshawn Gore versus Marco Tulio. I picked Gore. Max.
Gore. Give me Trayshawn.
All right. Next up is Sumadarji versus Mitch Raposo. I think I'm gonna go Mitch Raposo on that. I'm not super confident. I haven't looked at the odds. I just know Mitch is pretty good. Max, what do you got on that?
Give me Sumadarji. I know Mitch Raposo is tough 29 as well. Love that guy. I really do, but he's just not great. So give me Sumadarji.
Squared.
Raposo.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Bitch ass Dumas versus Mikhail Olajejek. I got Olajejek. I hope he fucking just beats his skull into the canvas until he's not breathing. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that on stream. I just hope he beats him. Max, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, I think Olajejek. I have nothing else to add, like you just.
I am manifesting.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I should have said. We're manifesting. Sorry, I've been drinking a little bit. YouTube, go easy on us. The next one up is Juicy J versus Darren Elkins. Julian Erosa versus Darren Elkins. Fuck. I'm gonna go Julian. Max.
I'm going Darren Elkins.
Okay, squared.
Julian.
God, that's honestly low-key banger fight of the night. Might be. That's going to be a good fight. Okay. Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller. I picked Hooper. Max.
Hooper.
All right. Jan Janon versus Verna Janjaroba. Janjaroba.
We were all Janjaroba.
Okay. Ige versus Woodson.
We're all Woodson, yeah.
Yeah, Woodson. Krylov versus Reyes. I picked Krylov. Max.
Reyes.
Right, and
Krylov.
squared. Right, okay.
Krylov.
So Pitbull versus Yair. I think all unanimous Yair, right? I believe.
Yeah, but we also get Bryce Mitchell and
unanimous
Gino
Bryce.
Unanimous,
Yeah,
Bryce.
unanimous Bryce, unanimous Chandler, and me and Max were on Volk, but our boy squared on Lopez. And hey, not a lot of division at the top, but definitely in the undercard. Or not a lot of division at the very top, but on the undercard, there's a little bit in the at the top of the main card. Let's see here. I need to tune back into the chat, see what everybody's saying.
Marco's gonna hurt him. Fu said that.
Fu said T City. Marco, that was not the answer to the question. Max, you had one too many shots.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little drunk too. It's okay. A little. Sorry.
I'm stone cold sober.
I think he said Marco too. Trace Moore, so fuck you.
But that was not the topic of conversation.
Topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe
Fu said T City to answer our question. Shout out Fu for that.
What do you mean?
He would pick these. Yeah, I think that would be good.
You answered the question we asked, and then you just read it irrelevant. I don't want to, Fu, not calling your previous comment irrelevant, but it was relevant to that topic. Or should I say that topic of conversation?
Which one of these
topic of conversation?
Topic.
So everybody's checking out of the chat. A question I have, since it's kind of like, and then we can kind of end this shit real quick. But a topic I want to bring up: Aaron Pico in the UFC. Obviously, kind of a big topic. I like Aaron Pico. Obviously, Movsar was the targeted opponent. If you fought Movsar, who would you guys have picked? I would have picked Movsar. What about you guys?
Yeah, Movsar probably would have gone Movsar. Unfortunately, I'm not picking that guy for anything.
Now I say we're about to end, and then we get fucking like 5 more people in the chat. What are you guys doing? Anyway, so Pico, if you guys had a perfect first opponent for his UFC debut, who would you pick? Personally, Calvin Kattar. What about you guys? Jinx, you guys both said I'm like perfectly. Anyway, and it can be like, let's say they're booked. Even if they're booked, who would you pick?
I'm gonna say this: loser of Pitbull Yair.
Aljamain Sterling.
All good fucking answers. I think that, has Aaron fought Pitbull yet? No.
I would say Aljamain Sterling or maybe Calvin Kattar, which is not great.
I like what Squared said though, because like it's weird that he hasn't fought him, because Aaron's like right at the top of the division, but he's not.
Yeah, but he's got to have a fight before that, I feel like.
Right. You know what was weird to me, and I bitched against it, is like, why the fuck is the rumored fight for Aaron?
What about Arnold Allen?
Arnold's injured right now.
Yeah, but that would.
Oh, but hypothetical.
If they were booked, why not? Yeah, if they're not injured.
No, hypothetically, that fight would be sexy as shit. Oh, Max cooked. That'd be the fight. Max fucking turning the butter. He cooked. And also, Arnold's injury was a hand injury, and he said he'd be back in like 4 weeks. Book it for.
What was that?
What was that? That Bill is catched up. He said, "Yeah, he."
I'm burping. I got the fucking. The bilk is fucking hitting.
Yeah, heard it. We heard it hit. We heard the moment that it hit.
It like fucking.
No, you go. No, it wasn't. It was.
Hey, no, but no.
You cooked. Like somebody like pushed the air out of your stomach. You went.
Hey.
It heard like you felt something real quick for sure.
Fucking felt Jesus. Anyway, anybody in the comments before we time out of this bitch, who do you guys think that Aaron Pico should fight in his first fight? Low key, get him on UFC Kansas City. Oh, did you guys see that they booked Damon Blackshear for UFC Kansas City?
Say that again.
They booked him on Blackshear for a UFC Kansas City fight. They just booked him like the other day. Yeah, he's
Right.
fighting some no name guy, I think. But I was like, cool. Like I wish it was Montel Jackson because I like him, but he's fighting in Des Moines. But that's cool. So Kansas City's got 13 fights right now. It's a little long for my taste, but I'm cool with it.
All it's saying Haley.
Ooh, okay.
Wrong tree.
Good luck. Good luck getting him to the ground. But okay, right on. Fuck yeah. Anyway,
I don't
cool.
think I have anything else. You guys ready to wrap this up or what?
Sound good. I got
Here you go with my empty glass. Oh, cheers. All right.
We haven't had a chaotic one in a moment. We needed this. This. So.
Fun. Anyways, to wrap things up, appreciate you guys hopping in.
Screenshot this.
That you look like
you look very homeless
one of
right
the
now. I'm not gonna lie.
He looked like that one redheaded Rugrat right there.
He looks like the girl's doll right now. That little doll she has in Rugrats.
Yeah. Anyways, appreciate you guys hopping in to another live episode of Bench Burner Sports. We appreciate you tuning in to the episode. UFC 314. It is one of the best pay-per-views we've had in a minute. So we're excited. We're excited to talk about it. None of the fucking fights fell off, which is amazing to see. We've had a lot of well, okay, but he's still fighting.
That was a worthy.
He's fighting.
A lot of the good cards we've had have fallen off completely. Just totally fell apart. So
we shouldn't say anything yet.
We should.
Still got the
weigh-ins. Hey, you know what? I'm manifesting it.
I mean, I'm fully expecting one. I'm fully expecting at least one.
I will say, if Prochess was the sacrifice we had to make to get this card, that being the one that fell off, I'll take that. Unfortunate, but I'll take it.
Guys. Are we ready for the outro?
Yeah. We're just having a little quick bit. Damn. He's acting like he's got some cheeks to clap in a minute or something. I don't know what his hurt is. Dude. I don't know what his hurt is.
I mean, if I was down there.
Hey, I'll tell you whose cheeks they be. All right. Let's wrap the shit up.
Anyways. As I was saying, appreciate you guys hopping in to another episode of Bench Burner Sports, the live series. We have a good time on here, clearly. We're all fucking, he's not, but me and Knuckles are under the influence. But anyways, had a good time talking about this card with you guys.
I am the alcohol. In the famous words of Mr. Leahy, I'm
all in the ear, Randy.
Hey, Romeo Mac in the chat. He tuned in late, but love you, Romeo Mac. That man submissioned me and made me pass out with an arm triangle. Shout out Romeo Mac.
That was funny.
Choked me the fuck out. And I had 120 pounds on that man. Shout out Romeo Mac. Love that dude.
That was funny.
Dude, I woke up and I was like, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty much unconscious. I think, it was a combination of unconscious and also drunk as fuck. But hey, Romeo Mac, good to see you, buddy. Love you, dude. Come up to Nashville sometime. We'll fucking go out and have a good time.
Hey, he's also a fellow FedEx man. Shout out FedEx.
Anyways, wrapping up the episode for the fifth time now. Appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Bench Burner Sports. We love doing these live episodes with you. We love getting unhinged a little bit. Talked about UFC 314. Diego Lopes is fighting Volkanovski. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Paddy Pimblett, Michael Chandler. Yeah.
He's
Michael
Chandler, man.
Michael Chandler, that dirty cheater. And anyways, we're going to keep on talking about what we like to talk about. We love that you guys like to listen to us sometimes. So maybe the next episode will be a little bit more sober. It will be pre-recorded. But if not, you know what? Fuck it. we're here to have a good time.
This is what gets us the most viewers. So let's like.
I can't even fucking closing right now, dude. I'm having a good time. Fucking A.
Romeo said Lopez by knockout. Appreciate you, Romeo.
There you go, Romeo.
Love you, boys, and hope you all have a good night.
Wait, is it my turn?
His turn.
Oh, it's his. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Romeo's turning his picks. He said Lopez by knockout. Chandler mauls Patty. Man's got a big brain skills. Anyway, shout out. Yeah. No, honestly, I'm reverting back to my my fucking roots of just unhingedness because I'm gonna keep it like PG-13 where I'm not saying some shit that's gonna get us like kicked off of shit, but I'm gonna go back to being fun because you know what? That's what it's not only what the people want, but it's what I want. I like being fun, and it seems to be what you guys like. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what the people like. It separates us from normal ass boring picks. That's what I'm gonna do for you guys because we want to be interesting. We want to be interesting for you guys. I'm interesting no matter what. So if you don't tune in when I'm sober, fuck you, because I'm interesting all the time, no matter what. So fuck you.
That's right.
You don't like that.
That's right. That's right.
So, Combat Sports Today. Combat Sports Today. Tuning in. If you guys don't like me when I'm sober versus when I'm drunk, no matter what version you get of me, I'm great all the time. And if you don't think that, fuck you. Also, fuck Philadelphia. Cheers.
Oh! Keep going.
Squared.
You should have told me.
Tell them about it. Tell them about it. Squared. Tell them about it.
Jesus. What have I found myself in? Hell yeah, boys. Exciting card ahead of us. I am truly pumped for it. I'm going to miss the first couple fights taking my bitch-ass brother to the airport, but it'll be all right because it's not going to be a lot of them, and these fucking fights, dude. Oh, I'm giddy. I can, like we said earlier, I can feel it in my plums. Dude, little Eastbound and Down reference. Fuck yeah, dude. Great fights ahead. Hope everyone's excited as we obviously are. Follow us on socials. We'll be active during the fights. We'll be chatting and memeing and whatnot as we do. You will find that on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Some people dead name it. At bench_burner, X, Twitter. Sorry, no, not Twitter. Just dead named it. Oh shit. You'd think I was drunk too, dude. I'm saying all the wrong things. Instagram, TikTok.
Bro's secondhand drunk.
Yeah, dude. It's because I smelled it on your breath, and that was enough to get me hammered. TikTok, Instagram, all the places. Spotify, YouTube, obviously. Y'all are already here. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not. We will be at Bench Burner Sports. Follow us there. Drop any comments that you'd like. Tell us what you'd like to see from us. Give us some ideas. We might completely ignore you. You might just be the big brain behind our next big thing. Yeah, drop comments. Tell us what you think about these fights coming up. All that good shit.
Hell yeah.
We love y'all.
Hey.
I want to say something real quick. Combat Sports Today. Shout out to you guys. You said Wise Knuckles shirt off.
Yeah.
People only tune in for this. And that's not why I have it off. It's because I feel myself when I'm myself. Like if I'm at home, I'm sitting with my boxers on. But guys, fucking tell us what you want. Speak words. Speak words into the chat. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. Speak words in the chat. Like let us know what you want. If you want to hear me just talk with my shirt off, I'll give you my picks because I am very analytical. You can ask these two guys. I will cook for 20 minutes on one fucking pick. Cook. Anyway, Max, end it. I just want to tell the people that. Just let us know what you want. Let us know what you want. That's what we want to know.
Going to the end. This Bench Burner Sports. We cover all sports. More podcasts to come soon. We got a baseball podcast, I'm sure, coming soon. Eventually. College football, NFL football. Make sure you check out the Masters this weekend. The Masters tournament is a fucking beautiful tournament.
Yeah, Max, if I get one more request to join your fucking
cricket podcast coming.
Max, if I get one more request to join your fucking PGA 2K whatever tour on Xbox, I get fucking Max is looking for people for PGA golf.
Dude, I'm not looking for you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's looking for a group. I'm not looking for you, dude. Keep watching your fucking.
I'm not looking for you on.
But anyways, hey, even if you don't like golf, check out the Masters, dude. Come on, check out the Masters.
Hey, they're not paying us. Don't watch them.
It's a beautiful fucking tournament, and you know what? Check them out.
You know what I'm going to be doing this weekend? This is what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to be sitting in my chair, fights on.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to be going golfing Saturday morning, and then I'm going to get home, relax, have time to take a nap, and then settle in for the card. Oh, I can't wait. But I'm also going to be –
I got to work Saturday, but I only have to work till 3, so.
Yeah, I don't have to work. I just get to golf, so fuck you.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Douglas.
That's okay. It's the first weekend I've had to work in like 7 weeks, so I'm not worried about it. But
you know what? All right, we gotta end this thing.
Yeah, dude, we're getting wild. But All right. That's the thing, though. We're getting a lot of viewers. I appreciate you guys tuning in while we're fucking going crazy.
Just catching the absolute sloppiest parts of literally the sloppy seconds is what I'd call that. Why knuckle shirt off? Great question.
All right, man. Love y'all.
Because I'm comfortable. Love you guys.
All right.
I'm ending this shit.
All right.
Love you guys.
He can't hit the end button. Holy shit. He's too far gone. Still probably going right now. Got to give it a second.